Hi everybody, welcome to my another lesson. In this lesson, we're going to talk about literals. So this is literals 1.3. In this class, we're going to learn about array literals and extra commas in array literals, below of the array literals, and boolean literals, numeric literals, object literals, rejects literals, string literals with the two subtopics using special characters in strings and escaping strings. They are really amazing lesson. Let's get started with the literals, array literals 1.3.1. Okay, step by step, I'm going to explain you everything, okay? What we do, we start with the literals, array literals. So what is the array? Array is the list in the JavaScript. So in NumPy, we're using also the term of the array, like a list or like a array. So what we are talking about. By the way, I was shot one video and I'm scaring that video will not be again shutting. So let me check if it is correctly working. Amazing. Okay, it works. Now we can continue. So, all right, let's get started. Let's say we have a car. Like, what kind of cars? We have such a brand. We are the company. We have big company and we want to sell the cars for the users. So, let's say they came our website. So the first thing we want to show them our cars. How we do that? We just say, let's say you have an array. Array means is that one. What is that? Array. So let me make little closer. Zoom. Okay. This is array. Two brackets. You're putting like two brackets. It is array. Let's continue. I don't know, you weaving me or not? I'm not sure, but anyway, let's continue. So what we do now, we have objects like what? Let's say I want to put car. Which car is BMW, Ford, and Tesla? Let's say first with the Ford. How we do that? We use string format, right? Ford, like this. This is our first element. I know you're asking why you didn't put there any variable. We will put variable, okay? Just wait for that. I'm just trying to explain you what is this array exactly. Because this is not like um, uh, how you gonna say? Let me think a little bit. Okay, tulips. It's not like a tulips logic. So yeah, the tulips is the things that you put in two parentheses. It is in programming concept. The tulips is that way. Let me show you. By the way, you can learn about tulips too. Yeah, it is not like this, right? So this is exactly what we are looking for. This is the tulips logic. I think it was tulips, if I'm not talking about flowers. So, all right, let's continue with the list. I mean, array. So we have Ford, we have BMW. So sorry, we have Tesla and we have BMW. So BMW. Okay. Now this is array, and in array we have one, two, and three elements. What is this elements? String elements, right? So if you want, we can put there another elements like number or like an integer or another elements like a floating number like this, but with a dot. And we can put there another list, array list. Okay, I don't want to confuse your mind. Let's do first simple thing. For example, we can use there true, or we can use there false, or we can put there such a this element like tulips element with the what, let's say something else. Do you think it works? Let's try. Or we can exactly use there such a object literals, but we'll talk about it later. So we can put their key and value. Like what? We can just say name. Let's say I want to put your name. What's your name? Let's say Johnny or John. Okay. And let's say age is, I don't know, like 5. This is child, small child. Okay, as you see, this is our list. In our list, we have one object literal way, like object that we represented with the name and age. So name is John, age is 5. So this is just one object that we put in our list. I will show you how to use that, how to reach this element, okay? The second one are the -2 index. It is tulip in this case. We put one thing, one string in that, like with the minus, such a things, stupid things. And the another one is false and the true and the floating number. By the way, we used all this stuff. I mean, like object literals, numeric literals, Boolean literals, etc. All of them in the list. Anyway, just I don't want to distract your focusing. Just think that all the things in the list, in the array, okay? This bracket is important in this case. This bracket, okay? Everything in this bracket, and this is our list. Okay, so we put their integer number, floating number, and strings, and etc. So what we're gonna do now? Let's delete this BM Tesla and Ford. Let's say we have only one BMW as a index. So, okay, let's calculate the indexes. BM is our first zero index, and the 12 is our first index. 13.4 is our second index. True is our third index. False is our fourth index, and uh, minus, etc. In the tulips, it is our fifth index, and this object with the name and the age key, it is our sixth index. So now we know how to reach our indexes. So what we're gonna do now, why I explaining you with the exhaustive way, just try to understand this is list, I mean array, we can put everything we want in that. Okay, let's say my const, let's say const is to represent, we can put also let. So let's say const my list of item, a lot item there. We can say equals, now we have all the stuff in that. Okay, let's say console.log, and we just say my list of item. Guys, this is important now. Let's say we want to out all these things together as an output. Let's run and see what will happen. First, we can run that, and after that, I will show you how to reach these items. So we are talking about array literal, I understand, but I just want to show you some crucial points with the exhaustive way. Just try to understand the logic in here, okay? As you see, BMV, our first element, 12 is our second element, 13.4 is our third element, and true, false, nasty, mini, etc. This is our tulip. Are you remember? Okay, then we have object in here, name and age included object, right? With the keys and with the values. Okay, now I want to access some of the item in that list. Like arbitrarily, I want to choose, let's say, this tulip, I mean minastemini, like this string into this tulip, okay, this one. As you know, this is our zero, first, second, like zero, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth element, right? So as you know, this is fifth, and from the reverse side, it is -2. So let's try in two ways. Let's say first 5, and let's run what will happen with that. Will it show us the result or not, if it is possible? Okay, did you see that? It's directly give us the result of this tulip, not as a tulip, but it was directly tulip, right? Okay, so we can also check type of this tulip, by the way. Also, we can do one thing, later I will show you that. So maybe we can just say type of, if it works in here. By the way, I don't remember what we call it about this type of operation, but let's check if it works. I mean, I don't remember really for the JavaScript. What was that? Type of or type or type of? It's tagging the item in that. Okay, let me try with that way if it works. I'm not sure, but let's try again if it works. What will it say? Console.log and reference type of is not defined. Oh, well, okay, type of is not defined. What is that then? Type? Type of is not defined, anonymous, and etc. Yeah, I want to research it, but anyway, we can check. Maybe just give me a minute to just see it and come back. Maybe. Just a minute. Wait there. Alright, so what can it be in this case? How to check type of the elements in JavaScript. Let me just check it and come back. I was remember that was type of, but to put them into type of built-in function or directly write type of something else. Alright, yeah, it was type of. By the way, not viewing my page, but I will show you like what was it. Let me just check and come back directly with the answer. So, mm, so I think we checking that with the type of. Okay, okay. Let me try one thing if it works. Let's go back to the same point. I don't know why it's so something like this that you're reading type type of and you're doing like this with the comma. Was it like that? No, it was not like that. Let's put it like this. Okay, so I think now it works, if am I right. So let's run it again and see what will happen about type of this. What will it say? Um, it says string, but if you do it in that way, let's say in that way, what will it say again? Let's check it. In Python, it was like Phillips way, but I don't know in JavaScript what they are calling. I mean, I don't remember that too. Let's see if it is string or different. Yeah, it says string. Okay, it is not like directly string, but it calls it in string. So, okay, now we checked already this one, and now we can check the another object, which is our sixth item or element into our array list, right? We can just say six, or we can just say -1 because -1 and six is same things in this case. And it will say object, if am I right? So let's see if it is object or not. Let's see if it works. Undefined. Why it's undefined? I don't know, but let's say six and try it again. Must be defined. Object. As you see, this is object, okay? And if we do same stuff for the first one, let's say first one, it will give us the result like string, if I'm right. By the way, I didn't save the page for that. Maybe it will show us again object. I did again. So we can check together slowly, each of the item, what is their type. Okay, then we will be sure about literals, how it works, and I will go dive into depth and I will show you with the details. hmm So, okay, let's run it again. String. So for the first one is number or integer. Let's see. The third one is the second one, sorry, is the floating number, but it will be maybe into number. Okay. So the second one, let's see, second one, what will happen? I will be little fast to explain another properties. Number, again number, because this is also integer, but in here it's representing things in the clear way directly with the integer. Normally this floating number. But anyway, so we have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 next is Boolean, for example. Let's see if we can see Boolean. The fourth and sorry, fifth is already, I told you it was tulips in Python, but in here it is, yeah, Boolean for the third. And this one is tulips, but in this case, we can see in JavaScript like a string. Anyway, so as you know, the sixth was the object. Now we want to access the item in that case. We can just say, guys, name, for example. We can access the name, okay, in that way. Like what? Like this. Let's check out this type of. So now I want to I want to see directly this name. So now we will see John in here. Let's see if we can. John. Did you see that? We already saw the John into that one. So we can access whatever we want. We can access together. For example, we can just say console.log and we can access this one and we can put such a plus there and we can say, let's say like empty space and put another one like this. And we can just say, guys, like my list of item sixth one and we can just say this is age. So now we can access both of them together and we can just see John and 5 together. So as you see, John and 5. So the first one was name, the second one was age that we access it. Or we can just change the places of them. We can just say first age, then name. We can see also in that way. So like this, let's see if we can. Like it will be now 5 and John. And we can just concat them in different way. I mean, just try to understand their construction, what they are, okay? As you see, 5 and John. So we can do many more stuff with that. So even you can also just come here and you can just open that. You can access the fourth element, like fourth element, which is false in this case. You can just see false, and I showed you type of false, it's Boolean. So, okay, it was enough. It is enough exactly for this section about these things. So now we can continue with the reminder part. So let's talk about commas. What comma doing in that case in the list? Let's say we have after BMV, let's say I want to put another comma like here. Now we have two comma. So I want to put one more comma for here. Do you think we will get such an error or we will get such a like a output there? What kind of things you waiting? So we put two times comma after BMV as a suffix and for the other run for the as a prefix. So now if we run that, what you will see let's close this. You will see different things now. Let's see what will you see. So you will see something like undefined because between comma we don't have anything, right? Yeah. Now what we have now here. Yeah, as you see, BMV, the first one. The second one is first empty item. Okay, as you see, this is empty item. This comma, these two things, or the second one and third one and fourth one, all of them empty item, right? This is empty. This is after 12. It is another empty item. And yeah, between each of them, we have empty items. So I would like to tell you one thing. So let's think you're reading a project and you have a list and you want to change the things inside list or you want to add later for your projects. You have many more ideas and you're not sure. You can just put commas in that way to just add there such a things later. You can do it later. Or you can use in your project during reading some code, you just mixed up with something else. You can continue with other part and you can put their commas to just remember back with the empty item. So when you see this empty item, you will know that you put there such a commas to come back there. We have one more action. So I will talk about another things now. So I think you understand what it is now, right? So we can also access this. Let me first access the first item that we see here. This is empty item. So when we run that, we will see again empty item. There is no item, right? I will show you that. Empty item or undefined. Yeah, undefined because this is not string, not list, not integer, anything else. This is nothing, nothing there. All right. So we can put also many more lists into the list, like again and again, which is we're calling it sometime into machine learning, like or NumPy, we're calling it like matrix or vectors, matrix or another more dimensional arrays. But in this case, we are talking about this listings. Okay, this is undefined because we don't have anything between this comma, right? This comma. Okay, it was this part. Now I will show you about extra commas in array literals. Sorry, we already had it. Extra commas in array literals. Yeah, we already had it. Maybe I can come down in here. Oh, maybe I can go down here. Okay, and more there. I can just remove this. Let me tag this directly below and put it there. Let's say my list of item with extra commas. Okay, let's do it longer. It doesn't matter. So then come back and just put there one comma to run it for later. I'm just putting for you, by the way. Okay. So as you see, we had it for the another one, but we have one more method during working with this list things. Let's say you reading your list and you're just confused in some part, or you're not sure what to put there, and you want to add there such a comma, or you want to add there such a comments. So it is generally programmers not putting there anything else. They are just going another part. But if you are explaining your codes in software platforms like a GitHub or another platforms, you must put there such a codes with the explanation, right? With the comments. Then people watching you, people just examining your projects and want to be sure like what are you trying to do there, or even if you completed a project and if you want to export to the another person, so the person will take this project and to understand all the stuff in that to continue the project with the company, for example. In that case, again, they need comments that how you work with that project, and they need to understand your structure with the clear way because everybody reading code in different ways and the style is different. For that we must put their commas to explain them that hey, we did in that way and you can continue with your own way after you understand the structure. Okay, in this case, we can put there exactly such a comments between list items. How are we doing that? So I will come down. I will not put any other explanation for that, but just you can think, let's say, um, let's say my list of item with comments. Comments. It will help you enough in the future if you share your projects with another guys to give examinations so that they will understand what kind of things you did and they can continue in clear way. You don't need to explain. I mean, you can put also above of your codes, the line of the codes, but of course you can also put into the list, I mean, these comments. It is possible. Maybe it can be longer, but you will just put there. They will be sure that how what they should put there, or just you know that better than me. I mean, for this case. Okay, I just came here. Now we have BMB and we have such a commas in here. Let's delete all this comma. So we will not put comma in this case. We will put another thing. So let's say we want to put comment. How we do that? We first saying slash and we're using asterisk. You can say my second item will be here. Okay, let's say that somebody will come there and they will look, oh, I must add here second item. Okay, they will be sure about that. Okay, what can we say? We can just continue, sorry, that we can say asterisk and this one. This is amazing. I mean, just you can add whatever you want. And when you output list, it will not show this comment out. And it will be directly in the list. This is crazy good. I mean, let's say, I mean, let me prove you that. Console.log. Okay, my list of item with comments. So I want to run that directly and see what will you see exactly into this first index. Will you see something else or not? I know I'm talking a lot, but you must understand. Yeah. So as you see here, BMV, we have 12, we have 13.4. As you see our comments there, but it doesn't show us out, right? We not visualize it. So then we knows we can put many more things like this between each of the items. So let's use another way to do that. For example, let's take it here. Let's say this is your second item, right? And come down like this. You can put many more things like this in that way. Just do it again and again, again. And one crucial point, I will show you what you should do. Let's say this is your first index. What if you want to put into the fourth index? Let's say you added your comment in here. Well, when you run that, what will happen? You have one comma here. You know, have another comma in there, right? But in each of the item, we have commas. So what will happen? Let's run it and see what will happen. Do we have something else there? If it is, I mean. So this is not item, okay? In this case, we're making such a ghost comments there to not show out. Okay, as you see, PMV 12, 13.4, etc. This is our second comment. So we can just say, this is my fourth item will be here. My fourth item will be here. So you can just add all the stuff in that way. So what you should do during adding your fourth item, you can just remove it and you can put your item and you can put another comma. That's it. Now when you run that, your stupid comment will not be there, and another stupid item also will not be there. That's the point. I mean, right. As you see, when I was like lesson, listen, then something shit like there. Okay, I just put arbitrarily whatever I want. Okay, it was that. Thank you so much for this lesson. We'll talk about another things later. So the second lesson We already completed 1.3.1 with the 1.3.1.1, but I will not put there 1.3.1.1. I will just put 1.3.1. So, okay, we will continue with the Boolean literals. I already show you true, false, etc. But let's do such a projects there and to make it sure. I mean, with examine. Thank you so much. So now I will keep my way right because I'm scaring that maybe it will not record again. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.